Hey friends, welcome back to Clubhouse Kids. This video, I'm going to be sharing with you what activities I will be doing with my daycare crew. We are going through a unit of fairy tales, and the fairy tale we're working on this week is Goldilocks and the Three Bears. So this is what my lesson plans look like for Goldilocks and the Three Bears. So it will be Friday for us tomorrow. So I'm going to be sharing with you our whole group activity, our tot trays, and then our morning activities that they do when they first arrive. So now there is a lot more to our day than just table activities and tot trays. The kids have a lot of free play. We go outside, we do meals, we do nap. There's so much more to our day. So if you are interested in my daycare schedule, I actually have a free printable in my store. I will link that below. You can check out kind of what my day goes. I open at 7 a.m. and I close at 5 p.m. and you can see all the stuff that we do throughout the day. Now this printable is not editable, but you can just kind of get a glimpse of a whole bunch of different activities that you can do with little ones. My age group that I do care for are toddlers, so all of the activities on our daily schedule are geared for the toddler age. But for tomorrow, we actually have a fun little thing that we're going to start our day with, and we have been learning about the letter B this week along with Goldilocks and the Three Bears, and so we are going to have a special bear breakfast tomorrow. So we're having a teddy bear breakfast, and this was an invitation that I sent home to the kids on Monday, and it says to bring a teddy bear, and so when they show up tomorrow we will be having a special teddy bear breakfast. So that is how we are going to start our day. And then usually when the kids arrive, I have some morning table activities for them to do. These table activities are geared towards the kids in my class that are being introduced to their letters. So if I have a very young toddler, at this point they would just have some free play while everyone is arriving, and then after the older toddlers have kind of done their table toy activities, the other ones are doing free play, everybody is here for the day, then we usually have breakfast. And so I'll show you the 4 activities that they will have on the table for arrival. So the first one is a letter B activity. Now this was a printable whole group activity that we did earlier in the week, and during that activity they had to cut out the blueberries and glue them into baby bear's porridge, and you can see that there's letter B on the porridge, and then on the blueberries there was also letter B. So here's what that printable looked like. So they cut it out here, they cut out the blueberries and glued them on here. Now this is a different way that we are going to use the same printable, but this time this one is laminated, and they're going to get a little cup of letters and they will go through the letters, and when they find the letter B, they will put it on the porridge. And if it is not the letter B, then they will leave it in the bowl. So that is the first table activity. The second table activity is a little muffin tin from the dollar store, and then a whole bunch of different items that are in the Lakeshore Learning alphabet tubs, and they will be filling each of the cups with an object that starts with letter B. And so they have a baby bottle and it would go in the cup, whereas a duck would not, so they would not put that in the cup. And then we have a boat and a banana and a ball and a bat and a bell for the letter B. And then you can see I do not have very many objects that do not start with letter B because they are pretty young. So we have a cookie, an apple, and a duck that they would leave out. So that is the second activity for the morning. The third activity is working on, is a writing activity for letter B. So in our cup, we have the Lakeshore Learning letter builders. And so they would look at the uppercase letter B and the lowercase letter B, and they would see that to make an uppercase letter B, they have to use one stick, and then 2 loops or C's, depending on, backwards C's, depending on what handwriting program you use. And then for lowercase is 1 stick and 1 backwards C. And then, so they're creating the letters, and there's a whole bunch in here, so they can create at least 3 uppercase B's and 3 lowercase B's. So that is the 3rd activity for morning. And then the 4th activity on the table for arrival is they get to dress the babies, because babies starts with letter B. So there's 3 babies on the tray, and then there's a whole bunch of different magnetic clothes, and they get to dress the babies. So those are the activities that they would do in the morning, and then once they're done with those, if they're kind of done with that, they'll also go play, and then once everyone comes, we will go have our breakfast. We'll go do our teddy bear breakfast, and then for whole group, for Friday, we are going to do 2 activities. So everybody that is in my class will be doing a number counting activity, and it looks like this, and they will be counting objects. So 1, 2, 3, finding which numeral is 3, and then putting a dot on the 3, and then 1 house, putting a dot on the 1. So everyone is doing that one. And then for my students who are learning about the letter B, they're doing an I Know My Colors worksheet as well. And so we have some bears. They will be going through and coloring the bears. So on the bears, you can see that this one says red, blue, green. So we'll go through and color the bears the right color. And then they will be getting some math linking cubes, and they'll be going through and placing the linking cube on the correct color. So this one's blue, so then they'll find the bear that they colored blue and put it on there like that. Okay, and then the last thing that I do for all of my kids is we work through 3 tot trays. Now these tot trays do not change for the whole week. So by the time that we are doing these for Friday, the kids have already done them 4 times during that week. So by Friday, most of the kids can complete the tot trays on their own. But I always oversee tot trays, because in our tot trays, there might be objects that are a little too small for independent play. But we usually just all sit on the floor, and then I hand some tot trays to each of the kids. If it's one that really works more just on a independent type of tot tray, then I'll just give that to one child, and maybe something that more than one child can play with together, they might share that tot tray, and we just kind of like rotate it around, and I'm overseeing everything and helping them and working with them. And so that's kind of how we do tot trays. So the first one would definitely be something that at least 2 kids could do at a time, and that is our pegboards. And so there are 2 pegboards in here ready for 2 kids. This is a great fine motor activity. So they will take the pegboards, and then there's a whole bunch of pegs in here, and they get to build towers. So most of them like to get the towers as high as they can make, or the little ones can place 1 peg in each of the holes on the pegboard. So that's our first tot tray. Our second tot tray is a 2-piece puzzle. Now this is one that really works well for just 1 child at a time. And so there's 4 puzzles in here, and they will be, putting them together. Now I do 2-piece puzzles with my kids for tot trays. Now if you have an older group and you are using my tot trays and the 2-piece puzzles are a little bit too easy for them, you can go ahead and cut them again and make them into 4-piece puzzles or make them into 3-piece puzzles. But they will just be putting those 4 puzzles together. And then our third tot tray for our Goldilocks and the 3 Bears week is a language activity, and I have some word books in this tray. The ones I use are Happy Baby Words and First 100 Words. There are a whole bunch of these out there. I do like them in board books so that my youngest ones can play with them, and you look at them all the way up to like the older kids can as well. And so how we do our language workbox is they just we'll just open it up to, you know, a page, and we'll just go through. Either they tell me what it is, or I will ask them, you know, where is the white rabbit, you know, white, they're right there. So this one you can do colors, like which one's green, which one's pink. You can identify where's the ball, where's the duck. So I like these books because they have a whole bunch of different categories. So you can do bath time, you can talk about bath time. There's one for bedtime, mealtime, food, inside, outside, just all kinds of things. So just a whole bunch of things that you can use, from like your littlest ones to your older ones. You can make up stories about these. We've done like, you know, with my older ones, you're like, oh, look at the toys. Like, let's pretend like these are on our toy shelf. Which toy would you pick to play with? And you can make up a story about the pets. You could be like, you know, what do you think this doggy's name is? And do you think this dog likes to walk? Or do you think that dog likes dog bones? Or like, you can use these books for so many different things. And so this one I just absolutely love. And then Happy Baby Words is a bunch of body parts. And so we have my face, my body, and then we got my clothes, getting dressed, eating. Very similar, just a little bit. This one's a little bit easier. So with my little ones, I usually like to start with this one. But these are both excellent books. So that is what we are doing for our last day of Goldilocks and the Three Bears. I will link everything below. If I missed something that you guys want to know where it came from, comment below, let me know, and I will get that changed. And I hope you guys have a fabulous daycare day, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye.